Intro? Play the intro.
Whoa. Unpopular celebrities. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Living like no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular, yeah. Celebrities. Started with a combo, now the world leaning in. For vets in the room, let the stories begin. No filters, no scripts, just wisdom and sin. We talk hustle hard and the places we've been. From the field to the mic, that growth is the lesson. Turn pressure into presence, that's the real confession. Got the crowd tuned in for the raw and the rare. You can feel the truth breathe through the air. Unpopular celebrities. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Living like no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular celebrities. Talk music, talk ball, talk rank and salute. Every topic on the table, every word in pursuit. We the voice for the ones that the world overlook. Turn pain into punchlines, life into the hook. Yes, in the chair, we breaking the mold. Every episode's heat, every message is gold. No gimmicks, no mask, just purpose and peace. When the lights come on, that real don't cease. Unpopular celebrities. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Living like no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular celebrity. We ain't chasing fame, we redefining the game. Give light to the name that the system can't tame. Got the people tuned in, cause they feel our lane. It's the voice of the real, not a chase for acclaim. Mic check, then the vibe start to settle for a host. One stage and the truth is the metal. So before that show start, let the beat breathe steady. When you hear the name, just know we ready. Oh yeah, when you hear the name, just know we ready. Unpopular celebrities. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Living like no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular celebrities.
Yo,
What up?
what up?
Cracking.
What's good? Chill it.
Yo, that audio wasn't bad, man. I'll give you props. That audio was all right, man. I'm not really a mumble rap type of dude, but that wasn't that bad. It was all right.
All right, bet. We still have some improvement to do, but it's a good start. It's a good start. I'm glad you enjoyed it. What's good with you?
Man, you know, I'm out here chilling. You know what I'm saying? My birds don't play today. Oh, before I get started, go birds. Go birds. So we ain't playing today, so it's a win for us. Waiting for the Cowboys' demise. And also the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And although I was waiting for the Colts demise, but Colts are down by 1. So Atlanta found a way to it up anyway, so it don't matter.
Okay.
Oh, and then the Patriots, I'm actually going for the Patriots today. But anyway, I digress. I'm talking too much.
Well, bet. Well, the Facebook still ain't coming up, and I can't figure out why. Oh well, I can see it on here. Hopefully, I can figure it out later. Oh, there it goes. I got it. Okay, I got it. Test 1, 2, 3. We're good. Anyway, we have a guest. We haven't had a guest for a while. It's been a hot minute since Unpopular Celebrities had a guest. So it feels good to talk to somebody else besides just Philly. Even though he's a great co-host, we always need a guest on here. Let me make sure everything's working. Good job. All right. Anything before we bring the guest on?
Well, first of all, I'll say you.
Okay.
First of all, for saying some nonsense like that. I want to talk to you anyway, partner. How about that?
I said it's good that you are host.
No, man, you came at me sideways, man. That was a little slight right there, a little slight work on you, man. Forget you, man. You lucky it's the Lord's holiday. or the Lord's Day. I'm sorry, not Lord's holiday, Lord's Day. Anyway, so welcome everyone. Welcome to Unpopular Celebrities. You have yours truly, Philly DC, this dirtbag cornball. To my right, your left, Pete, who's the engineer. We also have Dell and Jessica Player out there doing their business, handling their business. We are your Unpopular Celebrities. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, especially on YouTube, man. Go ahead and go on there. If you follow the show and you're not a subscriber to YouTube, you wrong, bro. Subscribe on YouTube. Get the viewers up so we can get in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Algorithm, we can reach more people. Subscribers are up on YouTube, and we need to keep the thing rolling. So without further ado, just like Pete alluded to, we have a special guest in the building. You know him. I know him as Security Forces Extraordinaire and a fellow chief. Shout out to the chiefs out there in the land. This dude to my right, he ain't the chief, so he don't know nothing about that. So, without further ado, Chief Master Sergeant Scott Roy.
That was pretty good. I think you found your next job.
Announcing. I like it.
Yeah, you be an announcer. West Lawrence in the building. Spell algorithm. Not that he spelled it. He spelled it out and told you to spell it. Oh, let me give you access to the chat. That's crazy.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah.
My fault. There you go. He says, hey, that's a good point. That's why I use words like that. Wes, what's good, man? What's good? Scott Roy in the building. What's good with you?
Man, can't call it, man. Having a good year. Pats is doing it. We got to get one more through today. Tampa's going to be tough. But besides that, we here.
I'm actually looking forward to y'all playing Tampa Bay because I think it'll be a good test for you and Tampa because y'all defense been playing really good. And the offense. I mean, May is looking like he should have been the #1 pick.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, where this dude come from? Y'all changed your coach. All of a sudden, he want to just show out. But right now, the Falcons putting it on Indianapolis. They didn't think we could. They didn't think we would.
They down, though. They down.
We the comeback kids. We the comeback kids.
And everybody in the audience, y'all remember what he said. It's not going to age well here in the next 10 minutes because you know Atlanta, like we know Atlanta, you might want to hold what you just said, Pete. I'm going to give you this opportunity to take back what you said.
Back.
You
JT
said
just
what?
took it to the house, 22-17.
Oh, that's easy.
Damn.
Work right there.
What I say?
We just making it suspenseful. We just making it suspenseful. That's easy work right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's some
trash.
BS, man. How do we always start winning the whole game and then we lose it at the end every single freaking time?
Pause.
Trash. Trash.
83-yard touchdown run is stupid.
Trash.
Stupid, man. What the hell?
Scott, can you join me in a petition to get the Atlanta Falcons, to get them the duck out the NFL and the CFL, please? They're the laughing stock of the NFL. They can't hold any lead. It's trash.
I mean, same level as the Jets.
Yeah,
same level.
I don't know about that. That's kind of a little bit too far. That's a little bit too far. It's crazy.
I went too far.
We ain't dang butt fumble level now. That's not what we are. We ain't on the butt fumble level. I'll tell you what, we get good draft picks and we can't do nothing with them. We got Penix, who was a high draft pick. We got Bijan Mustard, high draft pick. We got Pitts, all high good draft picks, and we just can't figure out nothing. Anyway, we done talking about football for today. Until we start winning, then we can bring it back up. But until then, we done talking about football. But for all that y'all know, man, Chief Master Sergeant Scott Roy in the building, stationed at Andrews Air Force Base, like Philly alluded to, Security Forces Extraordinaire. First of all, how the hell did you get in the career field of Security Forces?
Man, listen to this one. So came in, college didn't work out, right? So I signed up. I thought I was gonna go do some cool things. I tried out for PJs. Man, they take you to the water. You got to swim on the water for like 50 meters, can't come up, and then you got to do like a 1,400 meter swim. So knock the first thing out. Second one, I'm swimming back and forth, right? I ain't never had no lessons. Ain't no pools in the projects. And I grabbed the 20 to take a break to catch a breather. My man said, "Get out, you done." That was it.
Damn.
He's like, "I got something else for you." He was like, "Yo, I got these I got this SF. So in my head, I'm thinking special forces. Shows me these dope videos. Cats going through the purple smoke, going CQB in it. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Sign me up, man. And come to find out it was security forces, like MP work.
Yeah.
And before I know it, I was like, well, I'm here now. I did 4 years. I was like, I'm gonna do 4 years, get the hell out, man. I'm not about that life. And someone took some, always takes one person to take some interest in you.
Mhm.
And after that, man, hit the road running after that and kind of fell in love with it. That's
Man,
that's
that's
the truth.
man, that's what's up, man. Not shocked that you stayed with, but now you have took on the culture of security forces and embraced it full on. I say that you one of the few cops I know that seems like they actually enjoy their work. They actually enjoy being a cop and have embraced it, even though that wasn't your first passion. I'm glad to see somebody that has embraced it and went through the struggles and pain and embraced the suck of security forces as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I do. I know that sounds like some people might be like, man, you drinking the Kool-Aid, but you know, uh I enjoy it. I have no desire to leave it, right? I came in, I made chief on the back of defenders, and I'm gonna leave on the back of defenders. So I don't have no desire for the group, command chief, none of that stuff. I
Yeah.
love it. Real
Dope,
talk.
dope, dope. Where was your first duty station?
Alaska.
Oh, out there in the freezing cold.
Yeah, Elmendorf, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That
I
didn't
put,
turn you off from security. I mean, the truth.
bro,
Set me out there in
I
the
put
freezing
East
cold.
Coast, they put me way far East Coast. Oh man.
At least you're used to the cold weather because you're from Massachusetts. So
Hey,
I'm
no,
sure that.
that's different type of cold, Pete. That's
Oh,
different. I'm talking about, take a cup, throw it up, turn the snow. That's real, man. That's not no AI stuff. That really happens.
He said that ain't
Yo, it happens out there like that.
That's like us out here in Arizona. Like you could really cook an egg on the damn cement. That's not no
That's
AI.
true. I heard about that, but
Bro, that's real world. You just put a baking pan sheet out there. Hey, you can make a whole dinner. You can cook steak out there. It don't matter. It's hot, 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 hot.
yeah.
So Scott, you got the Arctic patch, huh?
There's an Arctic school, but at the time they wasn't giving out Arctic patches. It was just you go to they call it cool school, where you learn to
Cool
survive.
school.
And, yeah, that's literally what they call it. And then like you learn to survive, and if you catch a rabbit, you eat it. Majority of the time we didn't catch it, you know what I mean? And you learn how to take the soil and build the igloos. That's what they call them, but it's different, like a different concept of what we see on cartoons. And you do that, and there was no patch at it back in the day, but
Oh, so you straight OG old school. You had to earn that reputation of being in the Arctic
yeah,
environment versus people like got an Arctic patch on
we
and
didn't
they
have
just
no
did a tour in Alaska.
we didn't have no Velcro back then. It was BDUs. So, ain't no patches. You had to throw that on. I mean, there was no such thing. You couldn't go
Oh,
buy
so
it.
you was at a BDU's age, huh?
Oh, I was in the
Yo,
tiger
so
stripes as well.
so BDUs, ABUs, or OCPs in ranking order.
Ooh. I mean, the BDUs
And
separate a
why?
lot of folks, in my opinion, right? Like you can look
Mhm.
shopping them. I mean, you can put them things in the corner and they stand up. The ABUs got a little bit more comfortable, but even those, look, I like the stripes on the sleeves. I miss that more than anything, to be honest. I miss the stripes.
I agree.
The OCP's comfortable, but man, if I'm being transparent, we look trashy because
Yes.
folks don't put no type
You
of
are
iron.
right.
No
Yes.
nothing to it. We're just getting lazier and lazier.
Yes.
Some folks are gonna feel some type of way about that, but it is what it is. Call me old school, but take a little time, put pride in what you wear. Cats will look real good to go to the club, but can't look good to go to work.
Facts.
Praise.
Facts.
Hey, you speaking to my love language right there, bro. Like I just don't get it when they came out and they said we're gonna change the OCP boots to like 12 inches. People were losing their freaking mind. They're like, yo, they can't do this. I don't have those boots. What am I supposed to do? Yo, you get a clothing allowance. Buy you some new boots.
That's
They're
it.
gonna give them a year to change over. A year. A
Yo,
year to change boots.
Philly, it's wow, man. Like when you can see you can't blouse that low, man. You know what I'm saying?
They don't.
You can't blouse that low. Low corners up ankles. You know what I mean? That's the design of them.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Hey,
But
so
now I feel you on the stripes though, man, because
Mhm.
I do miss that. It's just something about the chevrons on the sleeve. It's traditional.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it commands more attention. I think the officers, in my opinion, I think I said this before. I think what they should do is, since they did away with the duty identifiers, they should make like the chevron patches for the sleeve, and then move like the squadron and matchcom identifiers to the front, and had the officers stay in the middle or bring them back up here, in my opinion. I
I
think
like
it
that.
looks sharp.
That's that BDU though. That's what it used to be with the BDUs,
Yeah,
you know, on the pockets, right?
exactly. And
I
then when
think
you have, and
go
when I
ahead.
was gonna say, when you have dudes like Pete that act sideways, you can just rip the stripe off their sleeve. It's easy.
yeah,
Yo,
how I get thrown into this? And I think isn't it easier now with the Velcro? You just put it right back on.
it's so hard to see from a distance,
No,
man.
that's true. That
Mhm.
Like you don't know
Yeah,
if you're a chief at times when you're walking by somebody. You know what I
hey,
mean?
that's for real. I done that a few times. Like, oh
You be
man,
like,
you a
"Damn,
chief? Like,
yeah. Oh, see what's going on."
yeah.
my bad. Yeah, that is kind of that does kind of suck a little bit. First of
Mhm.
all, the Falcons are in the red zone with 2 minutes left, but we'll
Oh,
go ahead and pause right there. Hey, I told you how we come back. We just making it suspenseful, but don't watch that. Watch Unpopular
Sell it.
Celebrities. We'll give you
Sell
all
it.
the highlights. We'll go back and watch that. Where were you off to after Alaska?
So Alaska, I got stationed at Hanscom, right outside of Boston.
Did you want to go there? Was that a
Hell yeah,
oh,
gem,
okay.
gem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Was that a part of your BOP, or how'd you get there? Or was that because you were
So
leaving overseas?
I had orders to Turkey, but at the time I was married, right? And
Mm.
they didn't give orders to my spouse at the time. So like they called me there and I didn't reply. I didn't say I was taking it. They was like, "Hey man, are you taking these orders?" And they called me directly. I was like, "Oh, my spouse is not on these orders." And they was like, "Well, where you want to go?" I said, "Hanscom." They said, "Is it on your list?" I said, "Yeah." I had canceled my orders that day. I had orders at Hanscom the next day. What a blessing, right? That how things used to work back in
Wow.
the day.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and man,
Wes, if you have a question for Chief Roy, you can ask that. Any other comments you can hold to yourself. But if you have a question for our guests, you can ask that. But anything else, hold to your goddamn self.
hey, you all
Please.
right, man? You feeling
Oh,
attacked?
man.
I know, man. Yo, this is normal. You know how it is, Scott. It's normal for him.
Yeah,
Oh,
what the
man.
hell?
Nice.
Man, we
This is
try to have
normal.
positive vibes around here. Of course, there's an Eagles fan who comes with negativity, but whatever.
I
What's there to
apologize
be
for my
negative
outburst.
about? We Super Bowl champs. What we got to be negative about?
Here you go. Anyway. So are you a law enforcement guy or more or less a security guy?
Oh man, law enforcement.
Okay, that's me too.
In and out, man. I security to me is easy, right? So if you was at Alaska when at my first base, I think all bases on your first base. Your first base sets the tone for like who you become. I really believe that. So in Elmendorf, you had the PL2s, right? You had the AWACS, the alert birds that make contact with Russia when the birds cross that zone, and then you had
Mhm.
the intelligence squadron, right? Big intelligence squadron. But then law enforcement back in the day, where folks wanted to come on base to the club, man, it was civilians will come on base. Like they literally come up, get a pass, go in there and impress, right? It's completely changed than what we do now. But the club used to be popping on base.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
The
there was so many
overseas
fights.
clubs.
Yeah, so many
Yeah.
fights, and man, you at 2 o'clock, all the patrols that out there post limits was at. Hey, we'll be there to back that up, right? Just because they want some action. So law enforcement, a lot of DUIs in Alaska, you understand, like in the wintertime, there's no sun. So I mean, all you do out there is drink, 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 drink.
Mm.
So DUIs and domestics and suicides was on an all-time high. So I just like the gray zone, right? I really like the gray
Mhm.
zone where you can make command decisions. Some folks, law enforcement ain't them for them. Security, we all have role players, just ain't nothing, just like sports. Some folks
Mhm.
need to be in security. They need the black and white. You need the ones that can make command decisions in law enforcement. I think that's kind of where it is. And I fell in love with law enforcement. And then when you go to different bases, things change because of the mission.
Right.
So law enforcement for sure.
For sure.
I love the gray
I
zone.
like to interject just to make sure I get something straight. Pete, when you said you law enforcement, what do you mean you law enforcement?
Like you like law enforcement. I don't say
Okay,
like,
so
but
you didn't
you
come in
privy
because, like,
you privy
because
law
I'm showing
enforcement.
my age. Back in the days, you know what I mean? We were assigned security or law enforcement. I was
No,
one of them.
no, that was
Yes, yeah, I was back in the day.
that's back when y'all
So
wearing
what you're saying is
greens.
you like law enforcement, not that you are law enforcement, right?
88, Pete. It was an 88. When the-
88.
Y'all,
88.
oh! You
Oh,
freaking
man.
cock.
I remember when DC got jumped by some midgets in Cadena at the strip club.
You hate
Law
it.
enforcement was in front. It's crazy. Tony Bostic in the
Look at
building.
the Gooch.
Damn.
Look at the Gooch
Philly
in the
tall
building.
too, man. They must have been jabbing his knees.
Hey, Gooch, you tell them how I was folding people up in the club. Where
I
the
know that
shirt
was
at? You know
I
what I'm
know that
saying?
was true. I know that
Hey,
ain't
they
true.
mentioned that at my retirement. Hey, I was folding people up, man. Shoot.
Can
I
we
was a straight bully.
can we
I was the
pause
first Broad Street bully.
can we pause from the show for a minute?
Oh,
Okay.
here we go. I already know what you're about to say.
Touchdown!
Hey, Scott, it's
Rookie!
all good. Scott, it's all
30
good. It's
birds,
still a
baby!
minute and a half
30
left.
birds,
You
baby!
know
They're
they're
gonna
gonna come
find a
down.
way.
You know they're gonna come down and
They're gonna find a
28-3.
way
I
to mess
just
this
want to
up.
remind
Yeah.
you,
We just
28-3.
we just gotta hold them for a minute 44. That's it.
All right,
That's
let's
it.
28-3,
speed.
Pete. Just a reminder.
No, that's
We gonna
crazy.
speed past. Let's see.
Not
Not
degrees at
let's
88 though. Yeah, hey, my
First,
With
I
the
didn't wear
Steelers
the
had a
green
whole-
fatigue joints, man. You know what I mean? I would argue. See, we didn't have the defensive forces patch when I came in. We had the MagCom joints, the metal
oh my
insignias.
god, I seen
seen
those in
those
black and white
Yeah,
I
pictures.
came in. They had them
yeah,
like in the historical portion, right? I
Yeah,
seen it.
yeah. I had my
Historical
ACC
post.
joint and my strategic command joint. You know what I mean?
Yo,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you might
it's
want
in
to
the
go
beer
to
now. It's pretty legit.
you might want to go to Lackland. They might have your picture in the Security Forces Museum somewhere.
You know they
They
do.
might.
Yeah,
They might.
they might
They
have your
just might.
picture up there.
You
You
know
know
what I'm
they
You
do.
with
saying?
the M16. Yeah, exactly.
That's
Pouring
right. We
arms
didn't
and
have
shit.
no M4s, A2s. We just had the straight M16 before Augmentees was using them joints, man.
That's
Long gun, baby.
crazy. Y'all didn't have
That's right.
A2s?
Nope. Not when I
A1s.
first came in. Yep, A1s, baby.
That's crazy.
Yes, that Wes. I remember that, bro. That's why let P have his fun. Because in a minute and a half, he gonna be disappointed. I don't even know why. He should be used to it.
And we went for 2 and got it. Yo, we ain't playing with these boys. We ain't playing with these boys. We ain't playing with these boys. George Garcia said, yo, that's my mentor. I don't know if he's talking about me, about you.
I'm sure he's talking about Scott, man.
Oh.
Yeah,
Scott, man.
that's my guy, man.
That's
That was my first shirt, man. Like, I mean, I go to bat with that dude anywhere.
But
That's
Scott,
true.
speaking of that, speaking of mentors, you know, security forces along with maintainers have a stigma about being a rough career field that, you know, they eat their own. You ascending into the ranks, becoming the chief master sergeant. What do you tell young troops that end up in security forces, open general, or through some other circumstances, and they don't like being in the career field? What do you tell them to keep them motivated?
Oof, man, that's a great question. Because it's no different than getting folks to show up to training and want to train, right? And they're security forces. So the toughest thing is usually when they come in, they got first term airman. I break that down to them, right? You have the right to train. We can't take that away from you. So you can always go do that. But what I need you to do is be part of this team, be part of this family, this extended family for the time being. And when your time your windows opens up, then we'll help you proceed and make that next stop. But while you're in here, I need you to be great at the foundations of what SF and Defendering looks like, right? And if you do that right, the transition to get you to where you want to go is very easy because you already set the tone and you have that credit score. I talk a lot about human credit score. Your credit score goes a long way when you talk about getting things across the line. People will put a little bit more effort when you have an 800 credit score compared to the 400, right? So that's a conversation I have all the time. And sometimes they fall in love with it. Sometimes they don't, and sometimes they cross train. Philly, as you know, who's been in the career field, so it is tough, man. I think trying to teach people or keep people motivated on something where they can't see the bigger mission is by far the hardest challenging to do.
Right.
I can't. You can't measure motivation. It's impossible for me to measure, like, because you ain't never gonna make everybody happy. You want to make someone
Mm.
happy, go sell ice cream. That's the only time you want so like it's a continual process, right? But hell of
Right.
a question, but it's the same thing with training. Getting SF defenders to try to do training and get after it is tough as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
let me stay on that topic because I'm anti-training for the most part.
I can
When
see
I,
that.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, we
definitely,
can see that.
100%.
Yeah, we can see
I,
that.
I will not be somebody who says something and doesn't do what I say. I do not like FS training at all. SF training at all. It bothers me to a
Can I
T.
interject? I just
Sure.
want to make sure I'm clear. When you say you don't like SF training, are you saying you don't like it, but you think it's necessary, or you
Mm,
don't like it and you don't think it's
That's
necessary?
a great question, and
mm,
I will take it both ways. It depends on what training it is. Some training I don't like and it's not necessary. Some training I don't like, but it is very necessary. And some training I just actually like, that I don't mind and enjoy. But there is, I think, a lot more. I say about 60% that is unnecessary training.
Mm.
And I hate to use the time because you were an instructor at or over the schoolhouse at Bliss, right? For a time.
yeah, the RTC,
Yeah.
the schoolhouse, the 343rd is where West is at, right? Fort Bliss is all RTC pre-deployment related, right? Or your sniper, your CPEC, your ADM, your Suez, your ESS, anything, or anything that gets you an SEI is probably gonna be at Bliss. Your combatives, right? Acer. I know
Mm-hmm.
we're outdating ourselves. Acer was down there, right, as well. Active shooter incident course that turned into leader led, that turned into whatever it is now. I can't remember off the top of my head. So,
Yeah.
but go
So
ahead.
how do you get that across to your defender, or is it just some people like me who just ain't gonna like it and you just kind of throw us to the wayside, or is there something that you could do to kind of help motivate them to see the bigger picture?
I'm big believing on getting the ones that don't want to be there, because to me they're the change agents, right? As in, like, the most important. If I can get you to buy in, then you're gonna get everybody else to buy in, because usually that negativity that spreads, right? Are you the vitamin C or you the germ?
Mm.
And if I can get you to turn into the vitamin C, man,
Mm.
I think, like, man, I can pull you. If I can get him to buy in, then that little circle around him, his E4 mafia, what that look like, then I'll get everybody else to buy in.
Yeah.
So I'd probably put more emphasis on you, to be honest, right? And try to get you the why and why we're doing things. And I'm not always gonna win that, but sometimes that respect will go a long way, because I took the time to explain to you why we're getting after it, right? Um I think training is by far the most important, man. I hear someone say this all the time. It's like, you don't rise to the occasion, you rise to the lowest level of your training.
Mm.
And when
Mm.
things hit the fan, right? So, Bruce Lee has a dope quote that says, "Man, don't fear the man that practices 1,000 moves. Fear the man who practiced one move 1,000 times," right?
Right. Right.
And we can't get sometimes the simple things right. So I
And
think training.
Scott, I sorry to interrupt. I think that hits the nail on the head for me. We practice so much random stuff. And it's like if we could just get good at 3 or 4 things, I think we'd be a lot better. But I mean, I couldn't tell you how many times we changed not only what we practice, but the way we practice, one thing that led to another. Now, technology is a thing, right? We innovate and stuff like that. Vehicles get better and you got to train like that. But the foundation of training from when I came in to where it's at now before I left seems so totally different. I can't keep up.
It is. I mean, we're a master, jack of all trades, master of none, because they got us so spread out. I mean, Suez shouldn't be belong to cops, man. That's a flying
Right.
type deal, right? But yet, that's an additional duty that I got to sit in front of a screen 24 hours a day to monitor that, on top of my alarm monitor, on top of my BDOC controller. I mean, where they're spreading us thin, and we're doing it with less people. I agree with you. I don't have the answer for that. I mean, that's way
Mhm.
above my pay grade, but it's tough, brother. It's tough to get after the fundamentals. But what they did do right, is they took their 219 hours that we had that was mandated. They brought that down to 56, and
Oh,
it's more
okay.
focused on mission related now. So if you're
Okay.
at the nuke base, you're gonna focus on security. Why are we talking about law enforcement? That's not your lane.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they have switched that to give the power back to the commanders. But training is only as good as your imagination. So,
Mm.
like, you got to have the right person in there, man. You talking about talent management? Man, we talk about it so much, but sometimes we don't manage. You can put that in there. And
Yeah.
putting the right person in training, right? I think the weapons and tactics guy should be in training instead of in stand eval, right?
Mm.
That's just my personal opinion. If they're tactically sound, man, take them and let them be creative because they got to be. Put them in training as your NCOC, and I think you get paid. You get paid a little bit more on the back end with those cats because they're already hungry.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. He made a great point there. I think he said, Scott, when you're saying you put your best people in training, I found the most effective training I've ever experienced was you had sharp trainers in there. A couple of people come to mind. Sergeant Davis when Yakota, at Yakota, he was good. Sergeant Blackman, at Yakota. So a lot of people I could think of. It seemed like they were only there just to speeding past it, and then they ask you to do the stuff, and the coach made a field goal, tied up. Anyway, sorry about that interruption. So
I
yeah,
just saw
yep.
that.
Here
I
we
just
go.
saw that.
25 seconds left. Here we
We got
go. But
25
anyway,
seconds.
I'll put a bow on it. I think the key, like you said, the key is to have people who have not only are well knowledgeable in the craft of security forces, but has an investment in making sure the people
Yeah.
not only receive the material, but they understand the material.
Yes, they got to be credible, Philly.
Mhm.
You can't have some
Yeah.
fat person telling you I need to do SMC. That shit don't work. You know what I mean? Like you got to be credible.
Yeah.
No
If
stay
that person looks
puffs.
the part, man, and they're getting after it and they're respected, folks are gonna want to follow that. You're not trying to follow someone
Yeah.
you don't that you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
get with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, great
Yeah.
point.
Let me ask you an Air Force question. How do you feel about the promotion system? Do you like the way it was probably 5, maybe 10 years ago, or the way it is now, especially when you're talking about techs going to masters or masters going to seniors?
I think the techs going to masters, I think they got that right when they went to the board, right? It's a senior NCO tier. And if you're in that tier, your record should be getting looked at.
Mm.
As in the text to the staff, the text, senior airman, the staff, where you can test out. I mean, that puts some ownership on you. You know, the folks, what you always hear about, like they think they need a promotion statement, and I always tell them you don't need it for senior airman to staff or staff to tech. Man, a lot of that you control. You get points for your decorations.
Mhm.
You can study, right, and you got to put that time in. Uh, as in for text to masses, I do agree with the board system. I don't know if that's the question that I think you're asking, or if I'm answering that question
More
right.
or less of the stratifications and the promotion side.
Whew. Yeah. I think it's tough. I think it's man, this is a tough one because as someone that tested for to master the senior and that was the last time we studied,
Mhm.
I think it's a blessing. But then it's a curse as well, right? Because like you're sometimes we're promoting paper warriors. And then
Mm.
in the back in the day, we're promoting, let me say what's the word I'm looking for? Like book warriors, right? Like folks that
Mhm.
can be in the books and score 90s, right? It's a balance of both. Maybe you add both to it. I think if you had both, looking at records and folks, I think you can get it right that way. But I don't disagree with it. I think it's more challenging, but I think both, if you incorporated both, hone some ownership on the person that is testing and hone some ownership on what they've been doing on paper, I think you get it right that way, you know?
Right. Nah, hey, I appreciate it. Scott Roy bringing the people in here. We got 25 people in here watching. He said, make Roy say difficult words, please. What's a difficult word? You have to give
Anything
me
with
a
more than 2 syllables.
Hey, you can't see him and I can't. You can't say him and I can't read him. So we're
Ain't the
stuck.
truth. Ain't that the truth? You ain't never
We
lied.
struggling around here. We struggling. Pete Beard looking like Clay Thompson. You freaking hater. I think that was a hate.
I think that was a compliment.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it was
I mean,
too.
she is with Megan Thee Stallion.
Clean.
I mean, she is with
appreciate it.
Megan.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
look
it.
at you already, all getting your
Hey,
panties in a ruffle,
My
man.
Falcons ain't doing good. We had the lead. Of course, we lost it. We go into overtime. We ain't want to last overtime we played was against the fucking Patriots, where we lost. But anyway,
Yeah. Sorry for that. Not sorry.
Stand up. But no, I agree. I think it's a hard one with the stratifications and do you think those things demotivate people to try
Oh,
to stay in?
yeah. Because what happens is, man, some folks think you owe them something, man, and that sometimes because we have been in this Air Force where I feel like we giving trophies to everybody, and everybody thinks they deserve something. Like, I mean, look at where we went with the dressing the parents. We opened that up, right? And then when you do that, folks think like they you owe them something, or this is the way it should be, not knowing the way what we grew up, or maybe what we think of what right looks like. So having that high feedback was sometimes, man, I just had another one with one of my senior NCOs the other day, and it was some tough feedback. And he was like, "Yeah, I don't know which more what more can I do, Chief?" And I'm like, "Hey, man, are you the wing senior NCO of the year?" Nah, I was like, "Well, we can start there, right?" I was like, "You
Mm,
want a mini?" I was like, "You can start there." And I'm not telling him to go chase wood. No, pause on that, right? I'm not telling him to go do that. What I'm telling him to do, man, is this: you can always be better. How you telling me you're the number one guy? Or you should be the number one out the group, but yet you get another senior NCO is the wing senior NCO of the year. You could repeat it with him. So
mhm,
I think it's tough, man. Because just some people feel like they're entitled to some things, and people in this day and age rather be their homeboy instead of being their supervisor.
mhm,
And you got chiefs coming in, and we as chiefs sometimes got to play the backfield and give them the real talk because their supervisors couldn't. And or why? Hey, did you hold them accountable? Yeah, I talked to them. I was like, they think paperwork is the end of the world. Paperwork is administration, right? That is
mhm,
literally to rehabilitate you to correct the issue that is at hand. It's not a deal. It's not it's not a showstopper. And like they just sometimes some folks are scared to have that strong feedback, man. And so it can be frustrating, Pete, man. But like, I'm telling you, as Philly probably knows in those conversations, man, we get to play like we heard it all and we've been there 1,000 times and trying not to get emotional, right? Emotional intelligence is a real thing. Uh, but some of that is very frustrating.
yeah. James Rivera says promote system is tough, but wing CCs control the promotion of career fields. Hmm.
Hmm?
He said wing
What does he
CCs.
mean by wing commanders control promotions career fields? What does that mean?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to
I'm
elaborate
kind
on
of
that one.
lost on that one because wing
Yeah.
commanders, they control the stratifications within the wing,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't control the promotions within career fields. Now, I've had situations where they would look at full transparency. I've had cases where certain commanders will look at it and say, this individual is in a tougher career field to get promoted than this person. This person has more of a chance, and they will swap stratifications.
Yes.
And they would only do that because they're so neck and neck.
Hmm.
Mm.
Then I've had cases where commanders will say, this person is better than this person, but this person was stratified last year. And if we drop them, what does the board think? And then they will flip them. I think I agree with everything you said, Scott. The only thing I would add is
Uh-huh.
that the the gymnastics of figuring out what the board thinks. The board
Ah,
seems like it's some Wizard of Oz behind the curtain.
That's what it
yeah.
Does the
seems like.
board does the board favor deployments? Does the board favor this training? Does the board favor the if you have a master's degree or a doctor degree? It's
Yeah.
just like you're shooting in the dark. So for chiefs just like yourself, and you're giving somebody feedback because either they didn't get stratified or more importantly, they didn't make it, what can you tell them? Especially, I love when people went to like on the board. You can only tell them so much. They were like, "Hey, we're going to have Chief Man Sergeant Council come to us and give us feedback on the board. He was on the board, y'all." And the first thing I say is, "Hey, I'm going to give y'all the briefing. This is all I can tell you."
Yep. This is all I can
What
give.
good is that going to do?
Right,
Nothing.
right,
It
right.
doesn't do nothing.
Frustrating.
It's like
Frustrating.
you already knew the answer. Like I heard this before. You
Yeah.
give me the
Like,
Yeah.
all
fundamentals.
right, I'm just gonna tell you guys, we look at EBOS, we look at your EPR, like, bro, I know this already.
Yeah.
I want the T. Did
Yeah.
you guys say somebody was better because they had a
Yeah.
master's degree, or somebody was better because they had CPAC? Give me
Yeah.
the T.
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
know the scoring system. How did you score this
Exact,
bracket? You know what I mean?
exact.
Like what got extra credit? What didn't?
So that's a
Mhm.
great, you know what? That's a great segue. So I want to ask you, you know, in high school, like when you go out for the football team, basketball team, you're a certain sport. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the school day, they will have a list posted on the board of all the people who made the team. Do you think it should be the same way with stratifications? Like it should be public for everybody?
Hell to the yes. But they
Yes.
ain't ready for
All
that
right.
smoke because
Hmm.
people ain't ready to answer that. Let's be honest, Philly. Nobody wants to face that because then you go explain to
Yeah.
them why this member was at 8 and their boy that they thought was nothing ended at 4. You got to be built that way. Some folks is built that
Yeah.
way, some folks ain't. And sometimes
Right.
those folks in those positions, as we both know, are real political and just want to give
Right.
you the Air Force answer. You want to
Right.
ask me, I'll give it to you. Nah, man.
Right.
You're 8 because
You
this.
ain't that dude.
Right.
You just ain't
Right.
missed. You ain't there yet.
Yeah.
You think you is, but you ain't.
And
You know what I
I
mean?
think Wes said the same thing. Wes said, why is it such a mystery? And that's my question. Is it just, why is it such a mystery?
Because because they're not allowed to give that information. I feel like they're tied. But you get someone that's about to retire, man, they'll break all that down for you.
Right. Right. Yeah, exactly. Tell you where you were at.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with Thomas White comment. He said it'll be anarchy. I agree. And to Scott's point earlier, not everybody's built that way. Some people, yeah, a lot of hurt feelings. I agree. Some
Yes, a
people,
lot.
what I
Mhm.
say, I'm 50-50. I must admit, I would feel a certain kind of way if I looked on the sheet and I saw Pete ahead of me. I'm like, what the duck does this dude got?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like I got a bachelor's degree. This dude ain't got the same bachelor's degree from the different university. Yo, I went to ASU. This dude didn't go to ASU. How come he's ahead of me?
I got
Like,
my
this dude
AMU
only got
diploma.
2 more push-ups than me. How come he's ahead of me? You
Right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right,
So
right.
some people can look at it and be like, look, I need to do better. I get it. You know what, Scott? That's that dude, man. That dude won 2 security forces annual awards, and this dude is fire when it comes to training. I got to get, I'm not as good as him. I got it. He deserves it. There are rare times where I've seen that, where people say,
Yes.
this dude won an award, hey, or that girl won an award, hey, solid, man. But you rarely see it. What's that
And
comment say?
yeah,
Jamie said there have been some board members that have really broken down the board and provided quantitative information regarding DSD stats, etc., which was beneficial, but it has been far and few in between.
facts. I agree. It's the folks that are
Crazy.
willing to have that information, not worrying about the backlash they might get from it. Just keeping it 100. You don't have too many leaders out there. That's the truth.
So let me ask you a question. Both of y'all can answer
But
this. Is there certain people that you can keep it 100 with, and certain people like this might not be the move to tell them not because of the information, but because on how mature they are to take the information?
I think it depends, Pete, right? So as an instructor, right? Know your audience is one thing they tell you. Know your audience
Mhm.
on where you can go. But Colin Powell said it best, right? The best leaders in the world can take any type of information and make it relatable to everybody in the room, right?
Mm.
Those are the dopest leaders, right? So I think you adjust. The way I talk to someone I know that I'm cool with, I can swear, keep it 100, like, yo, bro, you ain't there. But the ones that are sensitive, the ones, right?
Mhm.
You got to adjust it, be like, hey, now it's a little bit more. You got to work on this. This is what you was missing, right? You're missing this. You're weak in this area, and it's a different conversation. It's a different conversation you have with Philly when you're offline than you do when you're online.
True.
You have to adjust, man. It's just an
Mm.
adjustment. You still relaying the same information, but you can't probably be as straightforward to the person that you have a rapport with. Because I can tell one of my guys, hey, you look like trash. And he don't feel some type of way, be like, hey, I'm gonna go get my haircut today, Chief. And he gets it. But if I say to a sensitive person, yo, Chief is rude, like he's like very aggressive or abrasive. That's the word they like to use, abrasive. So I just know your audience on where you can get, but the information is the same.
Yeah, Amber Green said that part. Know your audience. Sometimes it's about delivery. Yeah, I suck with delivery. I do the wrong
yes, I
delivery every
concur.
time.
I concur.
I didn't
Yes,
need an
I
amen.
concur.
An amen wasn't necessary. I was
Amen.
holding
Praise
up
the
to my
Lord.
no,
I
I
concur.
was holding up to my stuff.
But I will say, here's the dangers, and I think Thomas White, if I'm not mistaken, mentioned that. Wes says everyone says they want candid feedback. Exactly. So that's what I was going to say. So you have people I call box checkers. If you tell somebody like, look, case in point, you tell somebody like, remember you be in I don't know, a PME class, and let's say you're about to do an assessment. And somebody goes in there and do the assessment, they'll come back to you, be like, yo, what did you do? Oh, I did this, 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 this. What are you going to do? You're going to do exact same thing they did because you're going to expect the same outcome, a pass or whatever you might get. It's the same for promotion. If you told somebody like, hey, look, these 10 people got promoted because they had this, did this, do that, did this. most people are going to do the same exact thing, rinse and repeat. And that's not what we're trying. That's what we're trying to avoid.
Yeah.
Because when you do that, you set a precedent. Because it's like you're going to get a strat if you get annual award for the wing. People are going to be killing themselves. It's going to be like Fight Club trying to get the annual award.
Mhm.
But then you have cases where people get an annual award and they don't get stratified. It's somebody else, but they never won an annual award.
That was
So
me.
what you don't want is box checkers.
Hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Chief Wooten said, I agree with you, Pete. She always tells me my delivery's trash, but we're working on it,
Yeah.
just not in the moment.
Yeah,
We work
trash.
on it outside the moment. I need to work on it in the moment. That's my problem. That's definitely my problem. Hey, so Scott, give me one of the, or two or three or however many you want leaders that shaped you to who you are today, whether when you were airman, staff sergeant, or to where you are now.
Man, the first one was in Anchorage. I told you someone took a little bit of interest in me, and then after that I kind of blossomed. Right, was a Mass Sergeant Morgan, white dude. Right, didn't think we had anything in common. Really didn't think the dude liked me, to be honest. Right, because I thought I was the coolest kid coming out of New Bedford. You know what I mean, New Bedford, Massachusetts, and the way I acted, I was too cool to do anything that was like exceeds most, if not all. Right, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
He took after me after that. I hit a roadblock after that. And then I would say, man, there's a lot to give credit to, but Boston Alexander, Corey Ship, a lot of
Shout
them
out to Corey.
yeah, a lot of them happened when I was at Pete, man. I had a real bump in Pete. That kind of blended in for almost 3 years straight. It went from Pete to Buckley, and not until I left Space Force I got a clean look. Right, some of it's self-inflicted, brother. Right, and I'll be transparent. I think some of us don't own to that. Some people don't own to, like, you can stove up your own career by the way you act, and that's why I say I make it hard for myself. So like, um, Alexander Boston and Corey Ship and that team down there was legit. And man, the people and then there's folks that's under you, right? Like George Garcia is on here right now.
Mhm.
Big Pottery. When I hit rock bottom, man, he was right there for me. He was there as an undershirt, then he got his diamond. He was there for me as shirt, and he was a master, and I was a senior at the time. But I would sit there and bounce some things. So like it's unorthodox, right, to have someone that's under you that can be a mentor to you as well. But man, when you take the stripes off, man, we're all human beings, right? We're the same.
Mhm.
I don't think stripes matter. So, man, there's a lot of people I can give credit to. But man, it's the ones that held me accountable, to be honest. And the one that probably gets it the most is my wife.
Mm.
Because
Mm.
man, she tell me when I'm like I'm off, when I spell something, when I'm posting something, man. Like, I mean, she's on my head for everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the most accountability, man. I would give that shout out to her without a doubt, man. Like, cause she checks me more than I've ever been checked in my life. And it's probably like made me a better human being, better husband, better wingman, better dude, to be honest.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Hey, so Scott, so with all the craziness that's going on, all the different policy changes we've experienced in the past year, you name it, I always said to myself, man, being in this current, space of my life now, I always say to myself, like, it's got to be hard being a leader now these days to take care of people, in this environment. So I'm curious, like, have you changed anything in the way you approach how to take care of folks in your liege, or is it the same? You have any difficulty? What do you do? And
I mean,
and some advice you would give to young leaders that's in this predicament who may not have the years and experience you have.
yeah, I think your credit again, right? Your credit score goes a long way in rooms when you're child. And I mean, to be honest, Philly and Pete, man, you got to pick the hills you're willing to charge, man, because not every hill is willing to charge. And I think once you learn that, you play chess, not checkers, man. If you
Mm.
charge a hill for every time, man, like you have no credibility. It's just like the wolf, right?
Mhm. Yep,
Um, so
yep.
you got to pick and choose when it's important, man. I just had something with this government shutdown. We have to get a 2-star agreements to get our guys TDY. Wrote this memorandum, gave all the essays. It's right for the airmen, right? It's right for these two NCOs and 2 different units I'm trying to do that for. Boom, they come back with questions. We need more answers. I'm like, all right. So send them an email with a 3-star general that approved it, right? It's not even our money. It's not even AFDW's money, none of that. But yet we're getting all this pushback. Man, there's a point where I'm like, is it worth the squeeze at this point? Am I burning all the cards I have in my back pocket because like this is the right thing to do? It's not our money. It's just the folks coming out of AFDW that's going to go to this. Man, about 4 emails that my boss, my colonel was like, hey, look, we're just going to pull this back, but I think he's still going to consider it. We got it across the line, Philly, at the end of the day, right? Got it across the line Friday. They leave on Sunday. So now I got to rush these cats in to do their DTS and push them out. But was that the right thing? Then I get texts from both of these NCOs like, hey, Chief, I appreciate it. I heard what you was doing, blah, blah, blah. Man, this was dope. And what we always say, Philly's like, yo, that's what we supposed to do. Ain't no E10. I think we get lost in that sometimes. Everybody thinks there's a promotion after this, man. I'd rather burn that all day long. That's why we're here. We're here to be the what they call it, the assistant leader. But I think it's just more of like fighting for what's right, man. We have to stand the gap, man. Because a lot of times when I was in those positions, folks didn't want to stand the gap for me because they didn't want to cause ruckus because they were kind of trying to be a group chief or a command chief. Man, blump all that.
Right. I got an announcement to make.
Oh my God.
I have an announcement to make.
Oh my God.
To all post patrols, as I stated before, the Atlanta Falcons are supreme trash. As I expected, they gave up the game to the Colts. Close, but no cigar. Control out.
Jonathan Taylor went for 3 touchdowns and 240 fucking yards. Like he got that AP or something. Yeah. What the hell going on? Jonathan Taylor looked like a goddamn Super Bowl MVP on us. And we got Bijan Mustard. Anyway. No, I appreciate that. Charles Davis has a question. Shout out Charles Davis. He said, could you go into and give an example of what made it hard for you, and would you go back and change, or do you believe it's or the situation made who you are? Sorry about the reading.
No, man. So I think we talked earlier, Pete, and you was talking about like maybe the questions would be like things that you might regret.
Yep.
Right. I don't regret anything. I think things happen the way they're supposed to happen to make you grow in positions that make you uncomfortable. You got to be uncomfortable to grow in any situation. So looking back, do I wish I could have did things better or been smarter? 100%. I think we'd be lying to ourselves. So you believe that if you can change something, you wouldn't want to go back and change it. But looking at where I'm at today, I probably wouldn't fight as hard, or I probably wouldn't care as much, or I probably wouldn't try to get something across the line if I didn't go through that struggle. Rock bottom teaches you lessons, the mountaintop never will. Like being there, you're not going to get those type of lessons. And every lesson is an L, right? I think Pusha T said it best: "There's L's in every lesson," because you got to take a L, right? To learn something. You don't learn things from when you win. You learn it when you take an L and you get it back off. So like, man, would I change it? Hell no. I'll be me to the day I retire. You're gonna get Chief Roy. You're gonna get it straightforward. And a lot of folks don't like that, but there's a lot of folks that do. I'm not trying to be everybody's friend. I'm not trying to be everybody's mentor. I'm not trying to be everybody's go-to. I'm just trying to be me and do the best I can and take care of folks that took care of me and give back. And I really mean that. I mean, that sounds like some things you read up in a leadership book, but that's who I am. And I think that you'll get that. And then the folks you talk to will probably get that from me as well.
Yeah. Last question for me before I let you go, or let Philly get one in too before we let you go watch football. But what is one thing that you can remember one time where you were just like, was there a time, I should ask that, when you were like, I just can't do it no more. Like I'm ready to call it quits. I'm ready to go. When was that time, if that time happened, and what changed your mind?
Man, last week. This sounds crazy, right? I went to my chief, one of my guys I vent to, my group chief, and I was like, man, yeah, I'm over this, man. Like this makes no sense to me, man. And like, why are we making things more difficult than what it is? But I think the military does that sometimes, right? But if I let that get to me, they say when the most passionate person in the room gets quiet, you should be concerned. And I was to the point where I didn't want to talk, man. I was just like, yo, I'm over this. I'm done. My boss came to me. My direct commander was like, yo, you good? I was like, I'm good. He was like, you're not. I was like, I'm just frustrated. Like, I'm very disappointed in how the system plays out. Why are we making things difficult more than what it is? So, I mean, you're gonna go through those times for time. It's the same time like you were just talking about you recovering from your injury, right? Your surgery, going
Mhm.
back to the gym. Sometimes you don't want to go, but that consistency and that forward progress keeps you on that, keeps your why. And sometimes you should revert back to that. I mean, I got
Mhm.
here. No one thought I'd be a chief. No one, I promise you. Not with my background. If I give you what my my criminal record shows you while in the military and out the military, you'd be like, there's no way this guy made it here, right? So
Right.
I'm here now. I'm trying to do the right thing and be better for that. So, man, it comes and goes, brother. But it's just
Mhm.
like you don't want to go to the gym, just like you don't want to get up early. You don't want to go make your bed. You don't want to wash your dishes, clean your weapons. It's all those things, man. We all go through that, but you got to get through that because it's just who you are. Um, and you can't fall off the X, man. You just stay the path, man. Stay true to you.
No, 100.
Mm,
Philly,
great
what you
point.
got?
Hey, so Scott, I think in my time meeting all kinds of airmen that are security forces, you have some that feels like it's through different types of comments, like whether it be internally or externally, about how security forces is and how they treat people and the type of work we do. Being at the gate, walking around the aircraft, counting rivets. You fill in the blank.
Mhm.
And what I've always told, especially when I left the career field, is that the importance of being a cop. Like when I first came in, they used to tell us this saying, "Don't confuse your rank with my authority." Right. And in some ways, do I think that has gone to the wayside? Maybe we can debate that one.
Mhm.
But one of the things I would like to tell them, I always tell them is like, if people say that, look at how many leaders that are cops that are serving outside of
Chief
security
Wolf.
forces. Yeah, Chief Wolf. That's what I was going to ask you. What are your thoughts about Chief Wolf, a security forces guy, being the new chief master sergeant in the Air Force? This is the third in history.
Yeah. Uh, I thought he was gonna be there before Chief Flossie. No
I
shade to
thought so too.
Flossie. No
Mhm,
shade to Flossie. I thought he was gonna be that guy. And I remember Chief Wolf because he's a Alaskan guy. He likes to be, I mean, he's a big
mhm.
remember first time walking to his office and he's a big hunter and he had this big bear rug. I'm like,
Mm.
first time I seen something like that, and I'm like, what the hell? Right? But I think it's the right thing. I think they're trying to turn it. It's good for us, but Philly, as you know, as a command chief yourself, they strive for our leadership when it comes to defenders.
Mhm,
It's the reason why we're in ALS. I mean, every instructor will tell you, man, I love when defenders come in here. They just got it together.
mhm,
We lean on them for everything. ALS, PME, anything you name it, we do that. Yeah, do we have some folks in the career field that don't do the right things? Yeah, 100%. But we also have more than anybody else in other career fields. So
mhm.
more people, more issues, right? But
Right.
when it comes to our leaders, man, we got it right. It's the reason why
Yeah.
those folks are at the top, man, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. Because I know him. He's gonna be personal. He's straightforward. Crazy that they're
Oh yeah.
both coming off retirement to come knock that out, but that gives folks hope, man. I'm not saying that anybody gonna go chase and be chief master on the Air Force, but man, I'm glad he's there. I
Yeah.
feel like we need it, and it's a good example that we do this. Leadership, I mean,
Yeah.
some of us might not have degrees, but we got a PhD in leadership when it comes to shit like that.
Mm.
Right. And real quick, if you had a chance, three things, wish list, you would like for the new SimSAF to change or fix.
Ooh, 3 things. Oh, right. You wanna talk about promotions?
Okay.
I won't even go there. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about PT. All right,
Mm.
Right.
let's talk about PT. I think PT should play a part in our promotion system. That's just
Mm.
me. I'm
Mm.
keeping it 100,
Mm.
right? Like, you want the person to look the part, be the part. So, but yet we're gonna promote this guy that got a 76 on this PT test, and we're supposed to be in our core values, excellence. All you do, you get a 76, and you're gonna be promoted to the top 2 or 1%. I don't agree with that. I think it should be included. PT needs to be included. If we're pushing PT like everything else, it needs to be included in the promotion system or in awards, right? Security forces are already doing it. You
Mm.
can't go up to the MatchCom functional awards without having a full component of your PT test. And if you do, you got to send a waiver.
Mm.
Mm.
Tough, debatable, right?
Right.
Debatable, and
Mhm.
people can disagree with it, but man, I'm on board with that. The second piece, I think we are reeling back on the dress and appearance. I think that needs to get to it. If I can't get you to blouse your pants right, how am I gonna get you to clean your weapon system correctly and
Yeah.
use it at the time? All right. It's just the small things. You can't do the small things, you're not gonna do the big things, right? So I think we're coming back to the dress and pants. I think that gets back to it. And lastly, man, the third one. Man, that's a good question, Philly. The third one. Man, I don't have one, Phil. Like I really wish I wish I
No,
yeah, Phil, that's tough.
maybe. Do you think that maybe one of them would be duty identifiers or beards? Maybe. Bang bang,
Hey, yo, I
bang
like it.
bang.
I like it. I like it. Do the identifiers? Yeah. Would I like to see that come back? 100%. But let's like not get let's not get crazy with them. I don't think an exec patch needs an exec patch. If you're the exec, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that, man. Like, or but for security forces, I'm gonna about to sound real biased, right? But cool, I'm just gonna be who I am. SF is identifier. People will say, yeah, well, the berets identifier as well, but we don't wear berets in the winter. It gets cold because we're outside all the
Mhm,
time. I
mhm.
think the SF is one to wear it. They will, well, you can take off your unit patch and put the defender badge on it. Ain't nobody seeing your sleeves anyways. Look, people are looking at what the first thing you are. So in my opinion, like I think identifiers, the beards I give to it doesn't bother me. I don't have a beard. I wish to look like
Yes,
Pete,
I
but
agree.
or have the council that nice Snow White going on. I think that's clean as well. But my time is coming. I'll get that. So
Yeah.
the beards to me is not important. But the shaving waivers are right. I
Mm,
think like we are targeting people, and I think that's wrong.
Mm.
Some folks just have issues, right? And it's just the way the hair grows. You look at the history and then how we evolutionize and why our hair is curly because in Africa it's hot, right? Like and it get curly and dense like that, protect your skull. That's the reason why our hair is the way it is. It evolves. If you look at Asians, the way their eyes are, it's because in that type of environment, like the way the sand was out there, so that it was a way to protect their eyes. Our bodies evolved to all those things, and
Mm,
you are penalizing folks for that. I
mm.
think that's wrong. So if I was to change that, I hope they look at the shaving waiver process and like, but at the same time, where a lot of folks abused it, right? You shouldn't have a shaving waiver when you're just growing chin hair. Like that doesn't make
Right,
sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like you're killing it for the rest of us, right?
right.
So shaving waivers, PT, and in 2903, Philly, to answer your questions. I think the identifiers come back, but I think we just make it make sense.
mm.
Nah,
Make
that
it
was
make
good.
sense.
That was
Well
good.
said. Off the hot seat. Well said.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know how you provided a comment. That's kind of weird.
What?
Oh, no, that's probably my see this that's the wife right there. See how
Oh,
she
she.
put wife at the end?
I'm like,
No, oh,
whoa.
so she's fixing my she must be watching in another room.
I
I'm
got
about to
you. I
get
got you.
she
She
talk
get
That's
you
what's
the
remember how
up.
business.
she made combo? Not the sand, it's snow, right?
Oh, I got you. I
As the
got.
snow comes off the sun comes off the snow, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
That's
corrected you in
hilarious.
public too, like, "Golly,
Shout out to
That's
Shout
hilarious.
out to Miss Roy. Thank you for even
can we get
listening.
me after I get off this and let me know I said it wrong?" But nah, she gonna
For
put it on
real,
blast in
yeah,
public.
on
Thank you.
blast. So what can we find Scott Roy doing when you're not doing military stuff? When you're being just Scott, not in the military, on the weekend, on leave, what can we find Scott Roy doing?
Man, I'm a gamer, man. I love the game, right?
Shout
So
out to gamers. Unite.
yeah,
Are
I
you a
be gaming.
Battlefield, Call of Duty?
Call of Duty Battlefield's dope, but I'm a big Call of Duty fan. The next one's coming out here shortly, and then and fishing. But it's getting cold in the
Yeah,
DC area, so fishing's kind of going to the wayside right now. But I love to fish and love to eat, and I'm a big gamer. I really enjoy that. It's my pastime.
that's. Do you play online, like Call of Duty
Yeah, yeah,
online, like with friends,
100%.
like
Yep.
multiplayer
I
and
play
stuff?
with some folks I've never met in person.
Yeah.
The
Let me
same
ask
people.
you, do you use tactics that you learned in the military and try to infiltrate those to your people that you play with?
I mean, I'm not saying shoot, move, and communicate if you're asking that, Pete,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm
But
asking.
hey,
Yeah.
having the higher ground is always an advantage. I mean, you're
That's
not gonna have the
hilarious.
advantage being on the low ground and someone's on the high ground shooting you. Like it doesn't work that way. You're never gonna win that battle. It's
Are
in
you like somebody get the 203? Like, give me some just grazing fire or something. Somebody
I
get
First of all, you don't do grazing fire with a 203.
well,
yo,
the
This
dead
see,
guy.
space,
that's
the
what I'm
dead
talking
This
about.
space,
He
guy.
the
never
dead
read the
space,
CDCs.
the
This,
dead
yeah,
space.
He
somebody didn't
said
read their
grazing fire with
CDC.
that's the
Grazing
dead
fire
space,
with a
man.
It's
203.
been a while. The dead space, like
Wow.
we got some dead space. Clear the dead space.
God, he said grazing fire with a
Wow.
203. Philly, get your boy, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
stolen
he looks
knowledge.
clean. He looks
Stolen
clean,
knowledge.
man.
Somebody need to go back to remedial training. You failed your QC.
Hey, I'm a
Yo,
dog handler, man. We don't do that stuff. It's because Pete don't
That's
go to
right, 'cause
train. That's
Pete does no
100%.
training.
100%. 100%.
you could tell Pete don't go to train. You see the comment?
Yeah. 100%. Hey, 100%. Jamie ain't lying. Yeah. I'm a dog handler. We don't do. But are you using those tactics on Call of Duty or nah? It ain't that deep.
It's not that deep, but you do communicate. Communicate's a big piece, man. You got to know
Right.
when someone's coming through the behind you or gonna have the six, man. I mean, that's real. Like, but man, when you're playing, and I play with all cops except for my one guy that's back home. And
Okay.
to be honest, like his communication is by far better than any defenders I've been around. So,
That's
get
hilarious.
serious in there, man. I get frustrated. I'm telling you, man. Like I'll be cursing folks out. Like I can't be in there with anybody in my unit because I'm wild. I mean, 'cause
Yo,
I'm very
yo,
competitive.
do you be like, grenade?
Hey, I do though.
Shift
it'd be like,
fire,
hey,
shift fire.
hey, cluster coming in or airstrike. Airstrike coming in. Let's move. I do be yelling that. Grenades for the most part, you like
Pounding Overwatch.
hit the FPL, hit the FPL.
P, I know we talk about stuff you don't know about. Just
Here
go
we
with
go.
us.
Here
Just
we
go
go.
with
Hey,
us.
just
Here we
Google it
go.
after this. Google it.
He gonna be like rally point. Get back to the rally point. Hey, we getting overran.
Hey, Scott, you know he mentioned rally point. That's what K9 know.
That's
But he don't
right.
know what a final protective line is. He
You
don't
don't know
know
what
about that.
FPL is. That's right. I was hoping you were gonna try to figure it out.
Rally point. Where the
He said
border at?
203 grazing fire.
Bro, no, 203. Yo, that's comment of the year.
Yo,
203
that's gonna
grazing
go in
fire.
there.
Whatever
Yo.
it is. Whatever it is.
Oh
But
man, that
I'll
was
start.
good.
I'll start by ending the show, man. I appreciate you coming on here, answering questions,
Yeah.
man, being yourself. I appreciate you accepting the invite, also, man. We knew you had to
Yeah.
be one of the first guests in a long time. So,
Yeah, it's a
really
pleasure.
set the bar high, and appreciate you coming on here and being real, man. Before we get to you, Philly, what you got?
I agree. It was a pleasure, man. You're always welcome back on the show, man. Keep grinding, taking care of the troops. So we appreciate you, bro.
No, man, fellas, appreciate it. Fan for y'all for a long time. I just like it, man. I like the real conversations you guys have. I think it's legit. And the fact that you're still getting after it is on another level. So thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man, and keep it pressing. I really looking forward, right? Here's a thing for y'all is that retirement that we talked about, what retirement looks like and how to be successful in that, because y'all both going to that transition.
Yeah.
Man, set us up for success, man. I'm telling you, a lot of folks out
That's a
there want to
great
hear
point.
that.
That's
A lot
a
of
great
folks want
point.
to hear that. And
Yeah.
a lot of folks will tune into that because we're trying to get that right as we transition our way out.
Yeah.
Not too far behind y'all.
I tell
No
you,
doubt.
like, just not talk about it, ruin a show, an upcoming show. I thought I had it figured out. And talking to people, you think you have it figured out, and there's so much more that goes into it that you just don't have it. It's
Yeah.
very, very weird. The transition is real, and then not that it's hard or difficult. It's just different. It's just very different. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Maybe you get like someone that's been out for a little bit, like Samuel Brown, right? We talked about him earlier.
Right.
Him that's been out, who's
I
already
don't
trained.
know, man. Samel's living a good life. Every time I
he
see him, man,
is.
he's on
On
a
a
cruise
boat.
all the time.
Yeah,
man.
that's all he is, on a cruise every 2 minutes.
Hey, for real. That
He's
dude trying to
always
get
on a
gold
cruise,
status or
bro.
whatever, diamond
Yeah.
status, whatever. Yeah, but he, yeah.
Hey, man. Yeah.
But
No, I appreciate it, fellas, and
yeah.
man, I'll be here next
Yeah,
week.
No doubt.
All right, y'all. Hey, we'll let y'all watch your football. Hopefully your teams don't end up like the Falcons, man. Get your OC coordinators together. We're probably looking for one in the Dirty Bird land. But stay up. Unpopular celebrities. We out, y'all. Peace.
Go Birds.
Yeah, blah blah blah.